Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people. It's WORIMI, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Absolute pleasure to have you along. Entertainment only. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Turn your back for a couple of days and okay. What I want to have a look at in this particular reading, I haven't even got it noted down, but it is yeah, the last reading took me in a particular direction. Okay, we've got the absolute shite show. Now, if my titles are a little bit obscure, I do apologize. There are a large number of certain words that I cannot use in the titles of my videos. The censors just simply will not let them through. So I do apologize if they're a little bit obscure. Just had a look at the Yemen chat, plans chat. Holy crumbs. I hope Hegseth has got his retirement plan sorted. What I want to have a look at, I haven't even got this noted down, is that, gosh, there's so much I want to have a look at today. There is a rumour that a certain Mr. Smith has arrived back in town. Now, the information about this chat sequence came out a couple of days ago. The Felon 45 regime has been in damage control for a couple of days now. I don't know that they're succeeding because it seems like the press are actually, even faux news or faux entertainment, one should call it, is a bit like a dog with a bone at the moment. But I want to have a look. Is it true that Mr. Smith is back in town? And why is he back? Okay, let's have a look. So, and as I split the deck, we've got the Homeland Security here. This was always my card for Felon 45, having all those documents sitting in his bathroom, sitting on the stage in the ballroom, etc. The Homeland Security protection. And we've got here, as I'm splitting the deck, the stealing of such Homeland Security documents. Mr. Smith has unfinished business, as does Mr. Whiting. So I want to have a look. Is Mr. Smith back in town? Remembering merely, gosh, was it only last week or the week before that I read on trying to get a bill through Congress to prevent the ICC from having offices within the UN buildings. The UN buildings are like a oh gosh, my brain is all over the place at the moment. It's supposed to have supposed to be neutral ground, neutral territory. So the US is not supposed to be able to embassy. That was the word I wanted. It's supposed to be like an embassy. The US is not supposed to be able to dictate who has an office in those buildings. So Congress tried to pass a bill. I don't know whether it passed through the Senate or not, but then Felon 45 decided it wasn't going fast enough for him and he signed a decree. Most of his decrees are not legal. I mean, he calls them executive orders. They're more like a wish pile. A lot of them, most of them are not actually legal. But what I want to have a look at is Jack Smith back in Washington, New York. He'd be in New York. Is Jack Smith back in New York? I know I could get pendulum for this. I don't know if I said that entertainment only. Let's have a look. The reason why us readers say that is the same reason why a news channel will say allegedly, even when somebody has been charged with a crime. Because until it is proven, it is still only allegedly. So is somebody from the ICC back in town? Well, there's the higher authorities, the highest courts in the land or in the world. It is also my card for SCOTUS, but I'm just going to say the ICC. I think they are back in town. Okay. Signifier we've got here is my card for Russia. Now you had Steve Whitloff, who I believe is a special envoy for Ukraine, was in Russia recently, absolutely flattering about some waffle on Pucker with an F's podcast about some portrait, etc. Steve Whitloff was also in the chat with the plans while he was in Russia. Oh man, and if you think they can't hack the phones on their private phones, and if you think they can't hack the phones, you are an absolute fool. It may even be possible that Russia knew completely that this bombing of Yemen was going to take place. But we've got here the signifier is the Empress. It's my card for Russia. Challenged by, so is Smith or Major ICC back in town. And oh my goodness, my ears are ringing like you wouldn't believe. Okay. Justice is meant to be non-biased, which is why they say justice is blind. The two swords are crossed. This is about legal action, not brandishing the sword yet. Biding their time. The challenge is that they're biding their time. Okay. Waiting for the right moment. Okay, let's see where this goes. I'm going to. The Eight of Swords can be about restriction, but it's also about self-restriction, holding oneself back. The bindings, very loose, they're just a bit of cord literally draped over. Once that cord is removed, the blindfold can be removed, and then the figure can stand up and walk out from within these swords. So I really get the feeling they're just holding back at the moment. Okay, in the past, they've got all the information they need to bring this regime down. They've absolutely got all the information to bring it down. Explosive information. Crowning this reading about overseas manipulation, overseas dealings, money laundering, trafficking, you name it. Take your pick. I think they've got it. They're just waiting for the moment. Now, what is that moment they're waiting for? And here is Jack Smith himself in the immediate future. Is he back in town? If he's not, he may very well shortly be arriving. Okay. Externally, there is so much information that needs to be sorted into some sort of order. At the moment, it's chaotic information, but it's also the Ten of Wands. The messaging that is coming out is bringing things to an end. I keep getting told enough rope. Why are the Dems sitting back? They're allowing the GOP and the Felon 45 regime enough rope. Internally, the star of hope and healing and protection and rebalancing. Hopes and fears, things being fully exposed. So they need to get this sorted. They need to bring it into order that it can't be challenged. Okay, the outcome, the Five of Cups, 3 cups spilt, 2 still standing, but this tree is yet to be harvested. So I think what's happening at the moment is they're going through the information that they have that they can actually use. Just because we know doesn't mean that it will stand up in a court of law. The reason I'm saying that, remember last year, I think, again, Susan Lynn touched on this in her video yesterday, that we were all baying for, well, we weren't. Some people, because I know I wasn't, because I kept saying there's got to be the information, there was a lot of baying for Felon 45 to be arrested, because we knew what he had done. But there's a big difference between knowing and proving. And what's happened with these, or claiming one knows, this claiming one knows is what's put these Venezuelans in this El Salvadorian prison with no due process. By not going through the due process, the actual step-by-step legal system, and proving, these Venezuelans have ended up in El Salvador, and it's the same with Felon 45. We may know, but it's what will actually hold water. And I think when the attention is turned to what actually holds water, there will be a bountiful harvest there. Right. The Three of Pentacles, hard work going on behind the scenes, forged in fire. Can also mean dark money, but not really getting it. I think it's more about behind the scenes. They're holding to the flames various information and seeing what comes out solid and usable. And that is what is going to be offered up. Now, this figure here, he's got a book in his hand. Is it a law book? Checking the law books against what is being offered. And then we have the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Wands, bringing forth of information. This is my previous DNI head, Avril Haines, but it could be another female figure bringing forward information, and it's going to be emotionally overwhelming about what was stolen. What was stolen, going to bring about a downfall moment. Forced to retreat in the face of the truth being brought forward with that Page of Wands. We've got, again, my moral, financial, and ethical corruption card being fully exposed to the world. Movement. Well, the movement forward being stopped. It is the rightful queen, but we've then got the contracts and agreements that were made to bring about a different start, a different result. Or it may be the rightful queen, the contracts and agreements being dissolved, and we've got a new beginning, because my next card is the Voter. Okay. So I am going to say, even if he's not in town, well, he's right in the centre there, and he's right next to this card, and he's right next to this card. I think they've got that they are just holding back for, okay, thank you. I'm getting that the ICC are going through the information they have to see what when it's held to the flames, what holds up. And we've got here, again, this female figure bringing forward the information about the abuse and the steal and the betrayal. So, what I want to have a look at, and it's going to bring a downfall. Going to bring a downfall. Right, of the devil. Okay, let's have a look. I can't get beyond. Right. Is someone from the ICC talking to Jeffrey Goldberg? I can't get past that something about this War Plans cat is putting. A lot of us readers kept reading that they were just waiting for a final puzzle piece. Is the ICC talking to Jeffrey Goldberg? I think they are. Let's have a look. Is the ICC talking to Jeffrey Goldberg? This is all about betraying of allies. Like, this is treason stuff. Are they talking? Well, Ten of Cups, unity, coming together, emotional completion. There is a completion about this card. And you've got the two figures there having a discussion that will bring things to an end. It's my voter card as well, but I really think it is. Some readers have this as their Republican card. I've never had it as my Republican card. It's been my voter card, the voters. But I'm just getting somewhere out in the country, away from the prying eyes and ears, there might be a discussion happening that is putting the last puzzle pieces into the basket. She's got the basket here. Putting some last pieces into the basket that will bring things to a completion. Completion card. The second signifier. I'm not feeling it's a challenge. I'm feeling it's a completion card. A second signifier, but it's also this has world implications. The energy that they're stewing in at the moment is they're walking away from what they cannot use as more comes to light. So as I said, they're weighing up. You've got 3 spilt cups. They're seeing what can still hold water as more comes to light. Now this figure here is not actually walking away. They're just standing there looking at the full moon. And we just had a full moon eclipse. I think there's a partial lunar eclipse, solar eclipse coming up. We are in eclipse season at the moment, but this is standing there. The full moon reveals secrets, reveals what's hidden in the dead of night. 3 cups are spilt, 5 are still holding water. So I think that's the process that they're going through at the moment. 3 cups are spilt. This is in the past. 2 were holding water. They're now up to 5. So once they work out what will hold up, they have a whole tree there to harvest of possibilities. Right. So is Jeffrey Goldberg talking to the ICC? I think this is a yes. Yes. Yep. And bringing forth a lot of illuminating information. And this is also about messages across the airwaves. Okay. Whistleblower, Jeffrey. Right. Externally, an equal agreement. This isn't so the Lover's card is an unbalanced agreement where one has dominance over the other, etc., and fading misogyny and all the rest of it. This one is a feel-good agreement where it is on equal terms. And internally, this was the card we had here about is Mr. Smith back in town? It is explosive information. Right, the hopes and fears. Decision needs to be made about how to release this information. We've got here the false victor is going to face a harsh truth. They're looking at each other. A legal challenge where the United States itself is going to legally challenge this false victor. Lot of information, 10 of Wands, lot of information that's going to bring about 10 of Swords, that's going to bring about a downfall for the abusive stealer, betrayer, and bringing it to an end. And secrets being revealed with that high priestess. Information being offered up about the emperor. And here we've got the highest court, the ICC. Yeah, I'm just going to, oh gosh, on the bottom we've got the justice card. Movement forward. There is nobody hidden in this boat on the Six of Swords. It is about packing up the truth and moving it forward. About, well, the magician can manifest, can bring forth, has all the tools in their toolbox to their, I think this magician, it can be pulling the rabbit out of the hat, but he's not feeling like a bad magician. He's actually feeling like he is bringing everything forth. About homeland protection, homeland security, the investigation, about information that was sent overseas. And then we've got Biden, restoring balance, and Harris. I keep seeing that when this actually happens, there will be a panel of a governing body panel that will just be an interim government, and it may be someone like Mike Pence and Barack Obama as the two heads, one Republican, one Democrat, and then layers underneath. Yeah, I think Jeffrey Goldberg is talking to the ICC in regards to this. And we are, can I just ask, are we talking about international treason? We're talking about international treason. Why am I, okay, thank you. Keep getting Pine Gap. Now, for those that don't know, Pine Gap is a joint Australian-US intelligence facility near Alice Springs, set up in the 1960s, so in the deep, deep darkest of the Cold War. I'll have a look at Pine Gap in a second. Is this about international treason? Come on down. Sorry about the length of these videos. Okay, Five of Cups, loss, heartbreak, despair, betrayal by the King of Pentacles. Right. Overseas. Information being sent overseas. The Emperor. Is that Felon 45? Or is that the Kremlin? Or any other Emperor type figure in the past? The old Helsinki whip dog. Okay. Here's the ICC crowning over all of it. The immediate future. Having to surrender to the information that comes forward. It is about homeland security, national protection, or simply protection. Here we've got so two queens here, internally and externally. Strategy, legal action, double-edged sword, internally, bringing forth, oh gosh, there's that tower again. Tower again. Here's D&I Haynes. The information, uniting, and big stick moment. About the poor choices. A lot of information coming to light, and then justice. About contracts and agreements. It's going to end up in a downfall for the one that did the stealing, and the ending. boy, oh boy. Nightmare situation going to come to light. And then the Star of Hope and Healing. We've got here it was my Biden card. I'm feeling this is oh gosh. Words in Germany perhaps, or one of these figures that it's not Carney, it's not Trudeau, I don't think it's Macron, but it's this leader who's bringing forth this, taking action with this information. We've got treason, we've got the Knight of Wands, volatile information coming forward, waiting for the last puzzle piece with that Eight of Pentacles, and there is the last puzzle piece being presented. And now they've got to work out how to bring it forward, how to present it. Did I get, yeah, there it is. That's my treason card. Under the star, next to this king, next to the information coming out. We've got legal action. Yeah, it's the Tower card, Homeland Security, protection being just slicing and dicing and action being taken. I am going to say yes, it is to do with what the common folk on the street would call treason. I'm just going to put it out there. Entertainment only. Yeah. Going to be considered treasonous actions, whether that is the legal terminology that's used, but that's how it's going to come off to us on the street. Okay, going to leave it there. Just crazy times. Buckle up. Know that this too will pass. The most important thing is to protect yourself. We are all having an moment, getting very cross with Anonymous, like, what the hell are you waiting for? Just do it type thing. But again, got to wait for the right moment. But yeah, write down what you can do and pick and choose, because we've got to turn this fear into feeling excited and ready. And what our fear is to face everything and rise. Part of us will be part of the rebuilding, part of us will be part of the resistance. Take an example from the Dutch resistance during World War II. It was a non-violent resistance where they simply refused to comply, would go on strike to prevent having to comply, and protecting those that are vulnerable. So this resistance, make sure you keep it non-violent. There is Turkey and Hungary are going through some stuff at the moment. I want to have a look at them as well maybe today, maybe tomorrow. We'll see how we go. But yeah, getting close, nearly there. Grit the teeth and stay safe. Okay, love to you all. Take care.